Welcome to day 16 of Vlogmas. Or actually it's both 15 and 16 because I didn't put up a video yesterday. So this vlog goes for both day 15 and 16. Don't know what I was doing yesterday. I didn't have any footage and I was tired and I gave myself a break. But yeah, it's Friday. It's 1 week until Christmas, or well, next Saturday is Christmas Eve. So yeah, that makes it pretty much one more sort of work week. And I'm beginning to feel it a little bit now. I'm beginning to feel like, oh, I need to make all my plans, think about the food, what do I need to buy, what do I need to make. That's the thing about Christmas that kind of stresses me, actually, all the planning and all the sort of expectations that you put on yourself for everything that you need to have done before Christmas is here. You know, cleaning and just fixing things in general. And I wish you could just let that go and not worry so much about it. But at the same time, if you want to have a party or a dinner with people over, well, you need to plan ahead a bit. And so that's where I'm at right now. I'm agonizing a bit about that. But hey ho, it's Christmas every year. It doesn't have to be perfect all the time. Yeah, these last few days, I mean, the focus, I think, of everyone's attention has been the weather. It's been cold and it's been really, really beautiful. I already said that once, but it's been stunning. But too cold to actually be outside. But whenever you go out, if you go out, if you have to drive, or if you just go out to get your mail from the post, whatever you need to do, you just enjoy the beauty of this really cold and snowy weather that we're having now. So I'm just gonna add a bit of footage at the end that I've been filming while I've been out and while I've been driving, both in the morning or when it's been dark, and today I was driving when it was in daylight, and it was absolutely beautiful. So yeah, but it's cold. And I think you've probably seen me wearing this sweater for most of this Vlogmas, because this is my go-to whenever it gets cold and I really need to feel cozy and snuggly and warm inside. Then I put on my Calliope sweater. This is the Calliope sweater, which is it's made from double yarn. I mean, it's 2 strands of yarn, a BFL sock yarn and a silk mohair. And it's a pattern by, you'll see it down below, because I forget, as normal. Yeah, but I thought that today, so as to have a little bit of crafts content at least, and not just weather and snow and, yeah, winter, I would show you my recent sock projects that I haven't really shared anywhere else yet, because I haven't taken any good pictures or whatever the reason. But just a few socks that I've knit during the last few months. And first off is this one. I've put it up on one of these straight blockers so that one can see the pattern a little bit better. And here it is. Well, that wasn't so pretty, was it? I'm trying to think what the name of it is now. Linea is the name. It is from the liner book 52 Weeks of Socks, which I have borrowed from the library just recently, because I don't have it, but I was able to get it from the library and make this out of it while I had it. I don't recall the designer, but I will put it down in the description box if nothing else. But anyway, I think this is a really pretty pattern. enough interest and challenge to keep you interested, but nothing too difficult. And the yarn is Louhittaren luola, Finnish hand dyer, her Väinämöinen wool sock yarn. So yeah, these are ready for use. I haven't started using them yet, mainly because they're waiting for photography. But a really nice, cute sock, I think. So that's the first one. And then the second one is also up on one of these straight blockers. And I think this is quite interesting. This is called the Cavatappi sock, or the pattern is called Cavatappi, and I've learned that that's a kind of pasta. It's sort of the shape of a certain type of pasta, and this is supposed to sort of imitate the shape of that pasta, which I think is quite ingenious actually. And it has the same pattern on the back, but sort of in a shorter sequence. And the second sock is here. And this was a knit-along, a cal, on Ravelry in one of the sock groups. I don't remember which one. So during that knit-along you could get the pattern for free. I think now it's available, but you have to pay for it. But I was able to get it. I did follow it along in the cal for a bit at least. I don't know if I finished on time, but at least I got the clues, and it was challenging. I won't say, because you really had to keep your eyes on the pattern the whole time. But it was fun and interesting and a bit different. And this is a yarn that I dyed myself with natural dyes, flowers from the garden. Don't ask me which ones, because now I don't remember, but they were yellow, surprise. And this is actually a very yellow yarn, so yellow that I find it a bit hard to use in anything else, but perhaps socks and my scrap blanket. But for pasta socks, I mean, it's quite fitting, isn't it? So yeah, Cavatappi socks and Linea socks. Those were my latest socks. And then of course the ones I'm knitting on right now, where I have finished the first one, these are the men's socks that I'm going to give as Christmas presents. So I finished the first one, and the second one is I've reached the heel flap. And these are going along really fast. The yarn is, I think, sport weight yarn, but it's interesting how much faster it actually is to knit did I say sport weight? Well, I meant sport weight. In a sport weight than a fingering weight. With needles, I have needles number 3 millimeters. Whereas when I knit fingering weight socks, I have 2.5 or 2.25. But somehow this goes just so much faster. And what I've done here, see if I can, is I've put a reinforcement thread right at the bottom of the heel. So maybe you can see it. It's very light gray, so it blends in quite well. But right at this part here, I could have put it throughout the heel flap, but then I forgot, so I just put it right at the bottom. But that is where you get the most wear, anyway, I would think. So because that thread is a merino silk, very fine lace thread, not a sort of furry yarn, but a smooth yarn, and the silk is what gives it that extra strength, or that's what I think anyway. And it just makes it that little more compact. the fabric right here is just a little sturdier than it is here. So if I have a thread that sort of goes well into the heel, this is what I often do these days, just to prolong the life of the heel, because I am hopeless at darning. So when there's a hole, there's a hole, and you know what I do then? I rip. So, but to extend the life of this sock, I've put a bit of reinforcement down there, and I'm particularly happy with how this heel edge here turned out. I think that turned out really nice and sort of smooth. So I have some garter stitches right at the edge here, and then I picked up from those. So I think that turned out really well. So those are my sock projects at the moment. And now tomorrow night we have our knit group has our Christmas party, which is the first time I'm joining in, and so that I'm looking forward to that. We're gonna have a Secret Santa present, or a present from a Secret Santa, and I also have a Secret Santa present that someone is going to get. And what I'm thinking of doing tonight is make a marmalade of strawberries and for our cheese platter that we're gonna have tomorrow. So that's tonight's plans, and then I'll see you tomorrow and talk to you about what I'm up to then. See you. Bye.